Hi, I'm Jeff Gonzalez, president of Trident Concepts, and today I'd like to talk to you about shooting weak-sided or weak-hand only. So there's a lot of reasons why you might want to be able to do them. I'm going to talk about two big ones. The first is if you're an instructor. If you're a firearms instructor, it's important that you be able to demonstrate the technique both on the right side and the left side for your right-handed shooters and your left-handed shooters. We're seeing a lot more left-handed shooters, and that's great, but it's not just something that you can tell that shooter, just do the opposite of what I'm doing. First of all, you lose a lot of credibility with that kind of comment. You've got to be able to relate to that student. You've got to be able to connect with that student. And first-person experience, first-person accounts are hugely valuable there. Hey, when I practice off my left side, this is the problems that I run into. You're probably going to see the same thing. And that helps to create that rapport that the student's going to trust the information that you're going to give them. All right, so it's very important from an instructor side of the house. The other component might be if you happen to be injured. So I don't see a lot of really good reasons for transferring the gun from the strong side to the weak side from a tactical point of view. The biggest one being, what if I need to bust the corner on my left-hand side, I might want to move the gun to my left. I can maybe see an argument for that with a rifle, but with a pistol, not so much. There are techniques that you can use to break that cover that are going to reduce your profile pretty good with the gun still in your right hand. So I don't think that the average shooter has the true skill to be able to do that well. It might look good, and you might be able to do it on a flat range here and there, but I think in real life it's probably not your best solution. Your best solution is probably keep that gun in your strong side. So the real reason might be from an injured point of view. I took rounds to my strong side, so my strong side is out, I can't use it. I now need to go ahead and work through shooting off my weak side. So to promote that theory, what we do is we start with you learning how to shoot the gun weak-handed, meaning that we're going to move the gun from our strong side to our weak side. So let's talk about how we transfer the gun. So the best way to transfer the gun is, again, my home position, which is where my trigger finger is. There's one on the left-hand side of the gun as well. So I'm going to take my left hand, my weak hand, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the home position. As soon as my finger is in contact with the home position, what I'm going to do is open up my thumb to allow for space to apply my left-handed grip. Wrap the rest of my left hand around the gun, and then I will complete that grip. So we talk about 5 points of contact, right? Point number 1 is my home position. Point number 2 is my pinky. Point number 3 is my other hand pinky. Point number 4 is my thumb. Point number 5 is my other thumb, right? So they exist on both the left and the right hand side of the gun. So once I achieve that 5 points of contact with my grip, then the next thing I want to do is transfer it back. So the first thing I'll do is start by pinning my home position, my trigger finger on home position, open up my grip, transfer the gun all the way around, then re-grip using those 5 points of contact, right? So that's how I would transfer the gun over. Aside from that, what can help make it a little bit easier to shoot off the weak side? What I tell people is to close your right eye. Try to line up everything on the left-hand side. If you can do that, you're going to get a little less confusion and a little bit less overwhelming. And that will hopefully help you to concentrate. Now, one of the other things that I love about shooting off my weak side is that I don't do it a lot, but when I do it, I have to pay so much attention so that I can recall all those very small, minute details, which has a great benefit when I move over to my right side. So I have all this fresh information that I kind of know, but I forget, or I make assumptions, or I just get lazy. So when I shoot off the weak side, it helps me to remember that stuff on my right side. Now, when it comes time to shooting weak hand only, so I'm going to go ahead and just drop my weak hand off to the side. The key things here is that I want to drop my my left hand thumb down. I want it to be closed. It's the same technique that we would use shooting strong hand only. So for more information on shooting strong hand only, go ahead and check out that video. So I want to make sure that thumb is dropped down. I want to make sure I'm squeezing really hard with that pinky finger. I want to make sure that I don't hyperextend. I don't overextend here, but I want to keep it nice and tight. I want to keep my shoulders engaged, good tension here. And then again, I'll close my right eye, line up the sights. And then from that point, the principles of marksmanship will be the same. So that is one thing that you can actually say. You'll find that shooting off your weak side is very valuable from an instructor point of view. It's also very valuable from just a student's point of view because you're going to learn a lot more. You're going to be paying a lot more attention because it's different. So it's valuable. I find that if I'm in a rut, sometimes just going to my weak hand shooting technique will really help that and get me out of that rut. So I like shooting off the weak side, weak hand only, and I really encourage you to practice that when you can. All right, I'm Jeff Gonzalez. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them down below. Until then, take care and stay safe.